Hi, my name is Matt Aldinger, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the United States unemployment rates from 2007 to 2015. And I'm also going to go a little more in depth into the unemployment rates by state and by county as well. The data set that I used for this visualization I got from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and also the USDA Economic Research Service. First, I'm going to take a look at the big picture of unemployment over the past 9 years, and that is what you saw was as a result of the Great Recession. Starting in 2009, there was a big spike in unemployment, and that kind of lasted for between 4 to 6 years, and we're still seeing the effects of that today with higher unemployment rates than you had in 2007. So this bar chart shows the average unemployment rate by year, averaged across the entire United States. Over here we see the unemployment rate, average unemployment rate by state, and it's averaged over time. So in Texas, you saw unemployment rates kind of follow the same pattern, and not just in Texas, but in most other states, there was this pattern, this similar pattern that was followed, and that was a large increase in unemployment in 2009, followed by either a slow decrease or a little bit of hanging around in these high percentages, and then a slow decrease. So let's take a look at a couple more states, kind of see the same pattern. And then moving on, I took a look at the unemployment rates by region and by state. So this shows unemployment rates ranked by state. And you can see in California, Arizona, a couple western states that unemployment rates were pretty high over the course of this 9-year period. And then in the other end of the spectrum, you have North Dakota and Nebraska with pretty low unemployment rates, 3.6, 3.5, 6. And then I broke down the U.S. into nine regions. Again, you can see the Pacific region has pretty high unemployment rates, 10.4, almost 9, and 8.4%. You can see the West North Central again has pretty low unemployment rates, and then take a look at New England. Kind of in the middle, but relatively moderate to lower unemployment rates as compared to the rest of the country. And let's see, you can also take a look at these unemployment rates by year. And you can see in 2015, for example, in Rhode Island, you have Rhode Island and Connecticut, you have 5.5, 5.49 unemployment rates, and then you take a look at 2009. For Rhode Island, you have 10.2, Connecticut 7.7. So you're seeing higher unemployment rates at those times. Kind of expect to see similar results here. 10.4, 8.9 unemployment rates. So now what I did was there were nine different regions. So I grouped the regions into 3 groups of 3 regions. So this is the first group right here. You see Northeast states, a little bit of central states as well, and you can see the pattern following here as well. with an increase in unemployment rates to about 7.9 in New England in 2009. New England doing a little bit better than Mid-Atlantic or the East North Central, and then kind of hanging around up higher here and then tapering down to almost, it looks like right about levels of 2007 in this particular case. Over here, you can see what I found from here was the average unemployment rate was over 7% in 10 out of the 14 states here, so that is pretty high. And then moving on to region group 2, you have some southern states as well as southern Midwest in this particular region group, and you can see the East South Central has some higher unemployment rates in general, and then you have the West South Central, so Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. You have some lower unemployment rates in these 4 states, and then the South Atlantic. You kind of have you have more states, but you have a broader range of unemployment rates. Most of these are seem to be pretty high, but yeah, you can see the pretty significant difference between East South Central and West South Central regions. And moving on to region group 3, this was the largest region geographically, and you can see the same pattern, an increase in 2009, a pretty big jump, and then hovering around those high percentages, especially here in the Pacific region, 12.25 unemployment rate, and then tapering down to looks like slightly above, slightly above 2007 rates. And you can see there's a much wider range of unemployment rates in these 3 regions. And 6 out of these 18 states shown here have rates under 5%, which is pretty good. But then you have states like Arizona and California where the unemployment rates are pretty high. North Dakota and Nebraska have been doing pretty well over this 9-year period, with unemployment rates averaging out to be lower than 4%. Next, what I did was I took a look at the 2 states, California and Arizona, with the highest unemployment rates over this 9-year period, and compared it to the states with the lowest unemployment rates. And I selected all the counties in California and Arizona that had unemployment rates that were 9% or higher. And to put it into perspective, there were 37 counties in California. Granted, that it's a large state, but still, there were 37 counties in California that had 9% or higher unemployment rate. Arizona, you had 7 counties with a 9% unemployment rate or higher. In contrast, you have Nebraska and North Dakota, who only had 3 here and 7 counties with unemployment rates greater than 5%, which shows you the huge difference between unemployment rates depending on where you live in the United States. And next, I took a look at closer states and regions in the United States, more specifically New England. There's 6 states in New England, and as you can see here, Maine had a kind of relatively broad range of unemployment rates across the state. In Cumberland County, which is where Portland, Maine, larger city in Maine, is located, the unemployment rates were considerably lower than the average. So that does make sense. And Washington County, by contrast, had a much higher unemployment rate. And Washington County is further north, kind of. Well, it is bordering Canada, so that does make sense. And Rhode Island had a more steady unemployment rate, pretty high, with the low of 7.5%. And taking a look at a couple other New England states of interest, Massachusetts and Connecticut specifically, you could see that the unemployment rates in Massachusetts in Middlesex County, where Boston Metro and north to northwest of the city, you see pretty low unemployment rates here. And by contrast, you see Bristol County, which is in southern Mass, kind of near the Cape. You have lower unemployment rates in that area, which does make sense when you look at the opportunities that are there. And I also provided the averages here of each state, so you can kind of compare each county and see where they are relative to the state overall. So that is my presentation, and that essentially is the current climate of unemployment across the United States for 2007 to 2015.